So guys, my life's been pretty quiet recently. As the term goes on, it's kind of warming up and I'm enjoying it more and more, but it's been really quiet. And so I was kind of waiting for one of you guys to do a vlog so that I could be like, oh yes, I'll respond to what you say, because I don't have anything interesting to say. I've been working, like chilling out a bit. Nothing much interesting has been happening. Put it this way, my dad did dry January and he still drank more during January than I did. And that's not to say he drank a lot. Okay, so there's something that I want to ask your opinion of, because I don't really know where I stand on the matter. I can see both sides of the argument and it's complex. So I do computer science. The boy to girl ratio is probably around 9-1, maybe 8-2, if that. Inexplicably though, my circle of friends in computer science, 50-50, maybe 60-40 girls to boys. And that gender ratio in computer science is fairly systemic. Like, every university has that gender balance on a computer science course. This isn't good for the industries. Industries don't thrive when their image of someone in that industry is someone that lives in their mum's basement and plays video games and is horribly sexist. The industry goes to a lot of effort to try and make sure that more girls come into tech. And I think that's important. I think you think that's important. But the thing that's kind of causing a stir amongst my friendship group at uni at the moment is that around 50% of the emails we receive about workshop opportunities and like events to talk to people from companies, they're just for women. Around 50%, or around 60 or 70% of the ones with more than one company. Obviously that's not very balanced, particularly when you think about it, that these events are being targeted at people who are already doing computer science degrees. They're already going to go into tech. The big companies are just like, come work for us because we have a horrible gender balance in our IT department. And so somewhat what I've heard from my friends who are girls on computer science is that, you know, they're good events, but they seem a bit like, well, you know, you need to be encouraging people to be getting into tech earlier in the career stage. Like, this is too late. Like, we're already here. Give us jobs. The other problem that I've heard about these events is that, like, some of the things are quite condescending. For example, usually at careers fairs, businesses give away freebies, and usually it's like a pen, some post-its, something like that. The company VMware, who are famous for virtualization technology, you may not have heard of them, but they are famous, gave away at the Women in Tech event some lip salves. You wouldn't give that away normally. It's nothing to do with your business, and it's nothing to do with business in general. Another scheme that's around is Code First Girls, which teaches girls HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. Important skills, and I'd recommend people learn them. In fact, if the course is around in your area, I'd say, yeah, go for it. You should learn them. It's good skills to have. But one of the things that particularly made me laugh is that the way they compare these different web programming languages is, on one of their handouts, is by comparing them to different makeups and then saying, this is the equivalent of the foundation, this is the equivalent of the... And the comparisons, one, were awful, and two, what? Obviously very complicated matter, and some of the guy friends I have at CS are having a bit of a stir at the moment, saying, you know, there are so many careers events but we can't go to any of them because, you know, all of the decent ones, they're just for women, and that has its problems because it's building up like a disdain for the idea that women should be equal in the technology field. The university obviously wants to get more girls on the CS course, so one of the schemes that they were thinking about doing was that, you know, everyone has equal grade boundaries to get in, but say, like, if you miss your grade boundary slightly, just be a grade more lenient towards girls than boys. Now, I think that's not a good idea, because then all the worst people on the course, assuming that A-level grades correlates to how good you do on a course, which it doesn't really, but it does maybe a bit, is that, like, all the worst people on the course will then be the girls. All this is not aided by the fact that our diversities and equalities officer for our school is a guy who, think about like old white man and then like double it. Old white man doubled. Who apparently is trying, but he not in the best way. So a friend of mine went to a meeting with him about trying to get more equal things in the school, and one of the things they were talking about was getting non-binary toilets into the school, but you'd have to make it a university-wide policy. And apparently he suggested two things. First thing he suggested was, oh, can't we make the disabled toilets a disabled/non-binary toilet? And the other thing he suggested was, oh, can we give them a cubicle in the girls' toilets? Both of which are terrible suggestions. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say on the matter. But anyway, I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about it? And I want to hear about your lives. Tell me about your lives. Let me see your faces. That's it. Goodbye.